this is a impromptu commentary that I didn't think I'd be making or whatnot. I wasn't thinking about it. It says here Tory Lane's wife files for divorce. Tory was sentenced to 10 years for Megan Thee Stallion shooting last year. All right, 10 years, man. A decade for some bullshit. All right, that she caused, okay? All right? I don't believe he shot her, okay? I don't give a fuck. If you guys can stick up for that goddamn brick lady, fucking brick face, still scamming as we speak. Uh, I can honestly say that, I don't think that bitch was shot. I think her friend fired a weapon. Okay, I think her friend fired a fucking weapon and shit. Right? And anyway, I didn't call up the bitch about that shit. Okay, I'm just, I've been quietly dark horsing it, waiting for Megan Thee Stallion to fall off and shit. I thought I had it this week when someone released a alleged sex tape, but it was a deep fake. Pretty good one too, actually. But that being said, let's move on. Okay, so I want you to look at the wife of Tory Lanez. I didn't know he had a fucking wife. Okay, and you could say maybe she's divorcing him for cheating and shit. For boning, Megan Thee Stallion and Megan Thee Stallion's friends and trying to get Kylie Jenner and groupies and hoes. Because when you're a star, when you're on TV, when you have music deal, records, deep pockets full of cash, women fall out of the sky. Panties are raining. Okay, it doesn't matter what the fuck you look like. Okay, because ultimately speaking and shit, these days women have the mindset of prostitutes and they just want the bag. Okay, they just want the bag. And I have encouraged you men in the past to take this into consideration when you're dealing with them and shit if you choose to do so at your own fucking peril. I told you guys to take that shit into consideration and move accordingly. You know, but here we have picture Tory Lanez's wife who's divorcing him. No name was given. It's not necessary. It's a light-skinned sister with a jowly chin and shit. She probably got a big booty or something. Okay, to be honest here. Um, I want you to look at the apathetic expression on her face and divorce anything that you would think as a straight black man, anything that you would naturally think like that she looks like that because of all she's been through with the cheating and the court case and all the bullshit. Okay, yeah, she's been through all that bullshit, but she knows she was married to fucking Tory Lanez and shit. That he's a star, he's a musician, he's a singer, shit. He's has gold records, I assume, and a bunch of other shit. So she knows what comes with the territory. Any woman fucking around with anybody in the public eye knows what comes with that shit because women are attracted to money, power, and fucking fame. And he had all three. Okay. Otherwise, Megan Thee Stallion wouldn't have been so butthurt that he was trying to run up in Kylie Jenner and shit after clapping her cheeks and so incensed that she caused the incident to happen after learning that he clapped her much better friends looking cheeks, in excess of shit. He must have did a good job because the bitches didn't want to get out the car or nothing. You think a hoe would just get out the car and sit that fat ass in an Uber and roll out and shit. But, that being said, I'm not trying to go there. Not trying to fucking go there. But let's get back to this woman's face. I want you to stare at her face, the apathetic expression on her face. It doesn't read any pain or anything. It's just a dead, a resting bitch face. She has dead eyes. Okay, and I gather she's always had this look on her face, and the brother didn't realize it because he's looking at the back of her head when he was tapping that shit. She was his, off the grid wife. Okay, she was his off the grid wifey. Okay, and I have not verified this woman's identity. I don't intend to do so. I don't think I give a fuck and shit. And I may post another picture of her in this commentary. If I don't, forgive me. But I want you to know, I made a video a while back that's saying everything they do is premeditated. Talking about a certain, former celebrity shit who's now $30 million richer. And we don't know how much money this woman's going to have after Tory Lanez has to pay his legal fees and legal fees of Megan Thee Stallion, presumably, and shit. But hey, man, him getting convicted of that sham crime, actually, I believe they moved up her timetable because she probably was going to divorce him and shit. I think he has some children. He might have some children with this woman. That's a biological golden parachute, especially where if he married her anywhere near California, maybe he married in Canada. I don't know how it works, but I know in Canada you get royal too, in divorce court and shit. So, him getting convicted and being sent to the big house, was a boon for this particular female. In my opinion, only in my opinion, I'm just speaking allegedly. It was a boon that allowed her to move her timetable up. She can get rid of him and shit and get child support and spousal support and some kind of settlement. She can keep a number of his assets and shit. And she's young enough to go catch another, another simp that doesn't know who she really is and shit. The only thing that will clue him off is after getting the cheeks, he will be introduced slowly into her lifestyle and shit, into her fucking bubble, her non-inclusive bubble. You got by invitation only. That's how these misandrous narcissists work. They have to just slowly reel you in, and then before you know it, you're trapped in shit like a Roach Motel and they have cooch. All right, so this guy won't know shit. Whoever the next simp is gonna be, gonna get reeled in and meet her Tory Lanez' fucking kids and shit, and then it's a wrap for him too, because he's fool. He's gonna want to clap those dusty cheeks too. All right, so I'm gonna clap those cheeks that he's gonna get caught up to, and she may decide to keep the new simp or not. It might be. If she gets enough money for Tory Lanez, she can probably retire with the pookie of her dreams and shit. He will be a fuckboy Chad that she pays bills for and buys him a fucking PlayStation 5 so he can sit on his ass and, do nothing but service her and shit. And, she can take care of the day to day and shit. He'll be there for her physical needs and not emotional because she has no fucking apparent soul and shit if you look at her eyes. I want you brothers out there to stop fucking simping and shit and realize there's rules to this game and shit because of the mindset of women and shit in the modern era and shit. Okay, they want to be presented as a business, an organic business and shit. What we used to call prostitution and shit, right? Every woman wants to be a fucking sugar baby and shit, okay? And too much sugar is bad for your teeth, right? And it's bad for your peen down there and shit if you become a type 2 diabetic, sexually speaking. You have to watch your ass and shit, watch your bottom line, keep it clean, okay? And don't put yourself in a situation where you have to wear a chick's dirty panties on your fucking head with the crotch over your nose, the skid mark crotch over your fucking nose and shit. That is my allegory, my metaphor for when you get involved, much to your detriment, with a hyena, an opportunist, right? Somebody has a conditional behaviors and shit based on how much money you grease their palm with shit. That's a hooker. Okay, fellas? I want to say please don't be this nigga and shit, but I think even you guys would know it, and a good number of you, a good section of you listening to my voice right now are not even in this woman's league and shit from her point of view, not yours and shit. If you smart, you have some self-respect, okay? There are more women on the planet than men, and you can potentially, raise your value up and have a decent amount of wealth and shit. And any woman that you encounter, you can turn into this woman and shit. That's that fucking simple and shit. That's why I laugh at NBA players wifing up Instagram thoughts and, OnlyFans hoes and shit. I laugh when they go get those chicks and bang those chicks and flute them out, and they can just take a regular chick and make a new one. Okay? They all come off, they all look the same, they all have the same BBL. They all look light skinned with a big fat ass, jowly cheeks and shit that, doubling this baby fat when it's just fat and shit because they had some shitty liposuction. They're all fucked up. They all got the same boob job where you can see the incision marks under their breasts, and they're so stupid and miseducated as women that they don't even realize in the 80s when women were getting the same breast implants, they used to wear this thing called a demi-cup that would hide the scars and shit. They don't give a fuck. They just have the scars. They put this in a tattoo bullshit. I could keep going on forever, but you get my drift and shit, young man, young kings. I want you to move and use your brain and shit. Okay, I know you got a little head down there and screaming all that testosterone. You want to skeet on these motherfuckers and shit. But I'm just saying, move that little head up next to your big head and shit, and teach the two motherfuckers to work at the same time because, dealing with these chicks is like going to a fucking farmer's market and shit. You're walking getting some fruit in a plastic bag and you test the fruit. You don't just put your teeth in and shit. And why should you be any different about your peen and shit? Okay. You want to be this nigga and shit, wifing up a hoe, and then she gonna cash in on you, it, but once you gave her some biological parachute shit, All pretenses of any emotional involvement are thrown out the window. She got you by the nuts. Don't put yourself in this situation. Please don't be this nigga. Kings, protect yourself, okay? Protect yourself. You know how we do it around here, okay? You know how we do it. I'm not a fan of putting a woman in a position to fuck me over with my own resources and shit, and then run out with a bag, flipping me the middle finger, and tell me to kiss her ass while she runs to Pookie. Alright? And don't worry, the guy on the other side, he's not faring any better. Okay? He's gonna be swapped out and shit, or just, axed off, if you get my drift. She'll probably file insurance papers on the next nigga, and then he'll get bumped off and she'll have some more money. Anything is possible. Alright, now, this is a sorry state of affairs. You can blame Gloria Steinem and her Confederates and Bill Hooks and all these other assholes for, why you're not married in a decent relationship at the head of the table in a nuclear family. Kings, keep your head on a swivel. Please, by all means, protect your bag. Hold that shit tight to your chest, clutch your pearls, whatever. And above all else, do not make fallen women the stewards of your family, okay? Do not make fallen women the stewards of your family. Do not make them the mothers of your children, okay? The children are your future, your true legacy and generational wealth. That being said, I'm out. All right? All praise to the Most High.
The Black Patriarchy. A non-existent group of fictional black male power brokers not discredited, erroneously jailed or outright killed by the minority majority who look the other way as they work tirelessly to shame, oppress, and outright take out the altruistic black female populace of the honorable democratic United States of America. 3K's inset bitches. These evil wealthy members of the black patriarchy are the sole reason for all the ills of the black community, walking, talking, holding down jobs, and doing everything up to and including giving their very lives in service to their baby mamas and baby's motherfucking kids. Their motto that strikes fear into the hearts of black women everywhere: bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.